Hey there, I'm Tim.
And I am Tachmi, and you're tuned into E-Commerce Edge, where we break down what's really shaping online retail in 2025.
In this podcast, we're diving into something that's keeping every e-commerce owner up at night: price intelligence and competitive tracking. But don't worry, whether you're running a cozy Shopify store or managing a massive online operation, we'll walk you through the latest pricing strategies that actually work.
From AI-powered solutions to real-world success stories. So grab your coffee, and let's dig into how you can stay ahead in this wild digital marketplace. All right, let's dive into competitive pricing. So here's the thing. Amazon adjusts prices up to 2.5 million times every single day. That's a crazy mind-blowing, right?
It's insane. Like, you put a product up for sale and bam, the algorithm's already recalculating based on 1,000 little factors. It's practically a game of chess.
Exactly. And for sellers, this means one thing. Static pricing just doesn't cut it. You've got to stay agile. Tools like Shopping Scraper, for instance, let you monitor competitor prices in real time, and with the right repricer automate price adjustments.
Which is a total game changer. I mean, imagine being able to undercut your competitors by, say, 5 or 10% without spending hours. Constantly checking prices yourself. It's not just more efficient.
It's more profitable. I've seen businesses reduce their price monitoring costs by something crazy, like 45%, all while boosting their margins by almost 30%.
Yeah, that's huge. And this works across platforms too, right? Amazon, Google Shopping, Bol.com. You can even sync it, so adjustments are made automatically in real time.
Absolutely. But there's another layer to this: psychological pricing. Ever noticed how 29.99 euros feels cheaper than 30 euros? That's no accident. It's called charm pricing, and studies show it can increase conversions by up to 15%.
Wait, seriously? 15%? That's massive. So you're saying if a seller combines dynamic pricing with smart psychological tweaks, they're basically stacking the odds in their favor?
Exactly. And this is especially critical during high-traffic shopping seasons. Think Black Friday, Cyber Monday. If you're faster than your competitors at adjusting prices and aligning with demand, you're going to dominate.
But it's not all about just lowering prices, right? I mean, isn't there a point where it impacts profitability too much?
For sure. That's where real-time data comes into play, helping sellers find that sweet spot, where price cuts drive volume without eroding margins. It's all about balance.
Yeah. And think about the competitive advantage here. If you're quick to respond, you shift the whole dynamic of a marketplace. Basically, you're forcing competitors to react to you instead of the other way around.
Exactly. Adaptation is key. Sellers who don't leverage tools like these, they're the ones who, they're stuck in the race to the bottom.
And no one wants that. Right. So pricing clearly gives you a competitive edge, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. The way your product is positioned can be just as critical, maybe even more so, especially on marketplaces like Amazon or Shopify.
Yeah, absolutely. Take Barilla's no-drain pasta as an example. It was such a simple innovation, removing the need to strain the water, and yet it completely dominated its aisle. Why? Because it was solving a real customer pain point. Convenience sells.
Totally. And it's not just about solving problems, it's about how you frame your product. Positioning is like the subtle art of making your product stand out in a crowd of lookalikes. Sometimes all it takes is highlighting one small difference.
Exactly. And that's where data-driven insights come in. You're not just guessing what customers want. You're analyzing reviews, search trends, and even competitor data to find gaps in the market.
Right. Like, one of my favorite strategies is segmentation. You've got a broad audience? Sure. But if you carve it up into smaller, focused groups, you can tailor your product to really specific needs. And it works wonders.
It does, yeah. Think about Bayer. They sell aspirin in bulk for pharmacies and in travel packs for convenience stores. It's the same product, but the presentation adapts to the context. That's segmentation done right.
Wait. So basically, it's about selling the same thing in different flavors, so to speak?
Kind of, yeah. It's more about understanding how each customer group perceives value differently and presenting your product in a way that resonates with them. The key is refining this approach using data. Without analytics, it's just guesswork.
And data helps you spot opportunities your competitors might miss. Like, if you notice a recurring complaint in reviews, boom, that's a signal for differentiation. Brands that act on this kind of insight win big.
Exactly. And there's so much untapped potential with platforms today. Take Shopify. With the right data tools, sellers can customize product positioning down to individual demographics.
And it's not even that complicated anymore, right? I mean, tools like Shopping Scraper practically hand you these insights on a silver platter. Sellers just have to act on them.
True. The big lesson here is that products that don't adapt to stand out, they just get buried. It's one giant digital shelf out there. And if you're not visible, you're invisible.
Yeah, and with how fast trends move, you've got to be agile. One bad strategy, and, well, good luck crawling back.
Speaking of leveraging data to stay competitive, let's dive into another critical aspect of e-commerce: inventory management. It's a topic that doesn't always get enough love, but it can literally make or break your business. Imagine cutting overstocking by 30% and fulfillment errors by 70%. That's not just theory, but actual results companies have seen with tools like Channel Engine.
Yeah, and when you think about it, it's like inventory is the backbone of everything, right? If you don't have your stock dialed in, bam, lost sales, annoyed customers, and a whole lot of wasted cash. It's a domino effect. But predictive analytics, total lifesaver in avoiding, stock out disasters.
Exactly. Take the Shopify example. There was a store that synced its inventory with real-time demand forecasts during Black Friday. They avoided losing $200,000 in sales. $200,000. That's the magic of using data effectively.
That's insane. And this is where tools like Shopping Scraper really shine. Like one of my favorite case studies. Global FMCG brand using it to track unauthorized sellers. They not only cleaned up pricing compliance by 40%, but lifted their annual revenue by $1.2 million. I mean, imagine the scale here.
It's huge. And honestly, this isn't just about solving immediate problems. It's about creating a system that's proactive, not reactive. Real-time data lets you manage inventory, not just to prevent errors, but to actually uncover hidden opportunities.
Right? Like predicting demand spikes before they happen. Data's not just a tool anymore, it's the competitive weapon. Businesses that dive into it don't just survive, they thrive.
Couldn't agree more. Whether it's tracking competitor stock levels, optimizing pricing in sync, or just ensuring you've got the right products at the right time, data transforms how we approach e-commerce. The thing is, you got to act on it, right?
Exactly. I mean, all these tools and strategies are out there waiting for sellers to grab them. Hesitate, and honestly, you're just leaving money on the table.
So true. And on that note, that wraps up today's episode. We've covered dynamic pricing, the art of product positioning, and now, the undeniable power of inventory management paired with data. A big thanks to everyone listening today.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you're walking away with strategies you can actually use to outmaneuver your competitors.
Absolutely. And hey, we love the feedback, so let us know what you want us to dive into next time. Until then, happy selling.
Catch you next time.